I have in my possession the new Fit Me BB SPF 50 by Maybelline. I got it in the shade 10 and I'm going to be sharing some thoughts with you. I'm going to show you application, I'm going to do a wear test. Let's get into it. Okay, so this just comes in a pretty basic tube, nothing crazy here. When you open it up, you can just squeeze out the product. This shade 10, it seems a little bit on the warmer side, but it's not that pigmented that I feel like I cannot use this on my skin tone. I'm a neutral to cool. I feel like the shades in this line can be a little bit flexible. It's like a light to medium coverage. You can build it up, you can sheer it out. I actually already wore this yesterday. I did a 7-hour wear test to just see like how would my skin respond to it. Is it gonna crease? Is it gonna look weird? Is it gonna look dry? I do have normal to dry skin in the summer, and then in the winter I have pretty dry skin. So that was kind of like the first impression, seeing how it felt, seeing if my skin would get irritated because of this. And when I look at the promises here, it says natural coverage, dewy finish, SPF 50 and 24-hour hydration. It doesn't have any perfume in it, which I'm allergic to, so that's also why I thought, okay, I can try it out and see how I feel about it. There is niacinamide in this. If you're someone who doesn't respond well to niacinamide, or if you're using like ingredients that don't respond well to this, like this could be one to be like a little bit careful of, to be a little bit wary of. Maybe this is not for you. So my first impression with this product was actually pretty positive. It felt a little bit on the dry side, a little bit, nothing too crazy, but I felt like it went on really nice and smooth, and it did have a little bit of a glow to it, but nothing too crazy. When I saw like the 24-hour hydration and the dewy finish, I thought, okay, this is gonna be super dewy, but on my dry skin it's more of a natural finish, a little bit on the dewy side. If you're more oily, this could actually be a little bit more dewy, but I do feel like this adheres to the skin and actually does set down, at least on me. I'm gonna be zooming you in. We're gonna do some application. All right, so yesterday I used a brush and then I patted it in a little bit with a sponge, and I actually really enjoy that form of application. I just feel like the sponge kind of like finishes the look and just takes away any stripiness that might still be there. So I'm just gonna put a little bit of this on the back of my hand like so, and I feel like you can see like this is a pretty good match. It's a pretty good match on me. Maybe I would have liked it to be a little bit less pink, but it is a skin tint. It's not a full coverage foundation. I am just gonna use this Singe F01 and I'm gonna work this into my brush. And I'm just gonna take my time doing that because I feel like the more you work it into the brush, the more like airbrushed your finish is gonna be and the less stripiness you're gonna get. So let's just start out. I just feel like this is a pretty good match. I feel like this didn't really irritate my skin, which I'm really happy about, because sometimes like SPF products, they can really break me out, and so far I haven't noticed that. But of course today's the second day and it's the second day in a row, and I can definitely like smell the SPF in it. Like it does smell like SPF. So we're gonna see, because sometimes, by the way, I meant to clip my hair back. What am I doing? I meant to do this. Just get that out of my face. So sometimes the irritation is more of like a build-up, and I just feel like this gives a pretty natural coverage. But yeah, you can build it up, but I don't feel like this gets too crazy right away. It is just subtle. It just evens the skin tone. And by the way, underneath this I am wearing an SPF 50, and I am wearing a day cream. So I am not using this as my only form of SPF. I am not gonna trust a skin tint to do that, but for me it's just kind of like an extra layer, an extra security. Layering things, it does help. It does definitely help, and it does add a little bit to, okay, I definitely took too much. Let me take a little bit of my brush. It does help in the end to protect you from the sun, and I do feel like this will probably last pretty well on a hot day for me, because I could really feel the adherence and the lasting power on the skin. It didn't feel like a mask that was really like sucked into the skin, which also sometimes happens, and I don't really like that. Okay, now I'm kind of like building it up on the forehead, and it's definitely like you can see that glow. Like it's definitely there, but this does dry down, and I don't feel like this remains like super sticky like super sticky. And yesterday, the way I applied it yesterday, it didn't crease after about 7 hours. But it wasn't a super hot day, and today's also not going to be a super hot day. Can't help it. I wish I could control the weather to have like a crazy wear test. So just blending this down the neck. I have a little bit of irritation here on my neck. I don't know what happened there. I don't know what I did. Okay, I think this is blending in really easily today. I don't really feel like I see any stripiness, really. Okay, so you definitely see that glowiness. You definitely see that dewy finish that they talk about. I feel like yesterday I took a little bit less and it looked a little bit less dewy. So it's also about how much are you building it up. I do feel like it is like blending into my skin quite seamlessly. I am gonna take a sponge and I'm gonna press this in a little bit to show you. Like this will take away a little bit of that glow. Like this is also an option. I just feel like that really blends it into the skin. By the way, this watermelon sponge is from the Essence collection, from the Juicy Bomb Party collection. So I feel like my skin is actually looking great. I think that really has quite a nice coverage. I do have to say I don't have any crazy breakouts right now to cover up. And I also don't want a super high coverage in a product like this. So for me, this kind of like light buildable coverage, it's enough. It's exactly what I want. It's exactly what I'm hoping for. I feel like it's making my skin look really good. I don't see any weirdness. I don't see it looking heavy. I don't see it looking weird on like dry patches that I have here. Like around my nose, this is a little drier usually, a little textured. I don't see anything crazy over there. So I'm actually really happy with that. And you do have to keep in mind that cameras with the beauty lighting, like the soft boxes that I have, they do even out the skin tone a little bit more usually than just looking at this in real life. But I do think this is looking really good. I don't see anything weird and I do love this dewy finish. I don't think it's too crazy. There is no shimmer in this or anything like that. It's not shimmery, it's just a little bit of glow, but it doesn't feel like it would slip and slide. There's a little bit of a stick almost to it, but nothing too crazy. On my dry skin, I actually like it when a product feels a little bit more creamy, because I know like in 10 minutes, maybe 30 minutes, this is gonna not be sticky anymore because my skin just sucks it up. All right, I'm just gonna finish up my makeup. I'm gonna do another video and then I will be back, I think, in an hour or two to do kind of like an in-between update, and then I will do a wear test probably around 8 hours. Currently it is a little past 11:30, so then you know I'll probably do my last update with this around 8. Alright, at this point it is 1:30 or almost 1:30. I've had this makeup on for a couple of hours and everything is still looking good. I had to pat out my smile lines a little bit, but I just applied a little bit too much product there. Let me just zoom you in a little bit. So this is what it is looking like with the makeup. Applied a glowy blush, I applied a powder bronzer around the perimeters of my face. I feel like it's all looking really good. It's not looking heavy, it's not looking weird. I feel like maybe here it's looking a little heavy, but I have that often. Like it's also not something that you're really gonna notice or really gonna see. It's just the slightest hint of heaviness. I'm not really gonna fault the product for that. I think it's looking really good. It's feeling good. It just has the slightest bit of tackness to it. It's not feeling kind of like powder. It's not really feeling like a cream to powder type of formula. I am not gonna powder this. It's actually pretty hot outside today and I'm gonna go out for a little bit now. It's like 24 degrees Celsius. So we're gonna see how this is gonna hold up in a little bit like more hot weather anyway. Like I wasn't even aware. I just checked the weather and it's like sunny and it's like 24 degrees Celsius outside. I was just telling you how this wouldn't be the best wear test. I think it's gonna be pretty good. But yeah, I have a feeling that for really oily people, this might become a little bit too sticky. I feel like for me, for this being kind of like a base for makeup, this actually works really well. I feel like makeup sticks to it very well. Like this blush also stuck to it really well. We're gonna see how I feel. I think it's a good base, but maybe like I would powder it a little bit, but today we're just gonna see what it does on its own. I will see you at the last check-in tonight. It is currently 8 at night and I feel like I have some more thoughts definitely about this skin tint. I have had this on for over 8 hours and I feel like it's looking pretty good on camera, and I think you're not really gonna be seeing anything wrong with this, but I just feel like this is a little heavy and dry. Like it's looking pretty good around here. I think it's looking glowy, it's looking kind of hydrated from a distance, but I feel like it's feeling like it's pulling my skin a little bit. It has been feeling heavy. It hasn't been feeling comfortable, and I just can see it kind of like drying up in the lines and kind of emphasizing small lines, fine lines. It's just a little bit heavy. It looks a little bit like a mask. Like this is not at this moment meshing really well with my skin type. I feel like there is a potential to this product because it does have a nice glow. I like the amount of coverage that it has, but I definitely think that this is a product that I have to kind of like tweak a little bit. Maybe use it with a damp sponge, maybe use it with a little bit more of a hydrating primer, maybe using a setting mist that is a little bit more hydrating. I feel like this is not too far off, but it's not exactly what I was hoping for, what I was thinking of, because I have some products that are just weightless, effortless. I don't have to think about them at all. Those exist for me, and I have like a few of them that I really love, and I don't feel like this is part of that lineup. So I think there are ways around this, definitely, but this product on its own is not the perfect SPF BB cream for me. I am still gonna be using it, but I just have to mix it in a little bit. But that also means that I have to like dilute it a little bit, because if you use a damp sponge, the layer of product on your skin is actually going to be a little bit thinner. If I mix it in with something, that SPF is also going to be thinned out. So the SPF like protecting property of this, I'm probably not gonna notice a lot from, because I just have to tweak it in that way. So I'm gonna be coming back to that in a new makeup updates, but this video is just about the product itself, the product on its own. What happens if I just apply this like I usually do my products? How does it respond to my skin? I would say if you have dry skin, this is probably not gonna be a no-brainer for you. It's probably not gonna be something that is like super easy to wear. I feel like this is pretty great for like normal to oily skin maybe, because I do feel like it really like dried down. It didn't remain heavy or oily, and it does have a glow to it, but that glow doesn't come from my skin actually being oily. So that's gonna be it for this video, for this wear test of the Maybelline BB cream. Let me know what you think. Are you gonna be picking it up? And then I will see you in my next video. Bye bye.